I wanted to start the new year with a new series called Back to Basics, Your Guide to Get Cooking. If you never made your own meal or never had the pleasure to make a homemade dish for someone, you are missing a lot. If you're trying to live healthier, save money, impress someone, or show your love and appreciation to the people you care about, you should start cooking. Because cooking is fun, it's beautiful, it's satisfying, and it's sexy. And I promise you, by the end of the series, you'll be able to create and master your favorite meals. I'm starting the series with my top kitchen essentials. So if you have a new kitchen, if you're getting back to cooking or just starting, this video will be a good start. So here are my must-have kitchen tools. You only need 3 types of knives to make prepping food a breeze. First, a chef's knife. A chef's knife is the most versatile knife of all. It's perfect for slicing meat, dicing, chopping vegetables, and even mincing garlic. You want one that feels right in your hands and with a good grip. It should almost feel like an extension of your hand when you use it. The second one is a paring knife. It's designed as a mini chef's knife. It's very useful in the kitchen. It's perfect for smaller precision tasks like deveining chicken or shrimp, peeling fruits, de-seeding pepper, and making small garnishes. Next, a serrated knife. And a serrated knife comes very handy when slicing bread, delicate fruits, and vegetables like tomatoes. It's also the right tool for chopping chocolate. And of course, you need at least 1 cutting board to do most of the meal prep. 1 for meat and fish and 1 for vegetables. I personally prefer wooden or bamboo cutting boards because they last longer. If you can afford only 1, you should have 1 big enough to keep everything tidy and organized. You can use one side for protein and the other side for fruits and vegetables. Now let's move on to pans, pots, and skillets. And of course, a cast iron skillet. It's true that they take a while to heat up, but they retain heat longer, which is great to cook and brown food evenly and can also be used in the oven. You can make all sorts of recipes with cast iron skillets, from searing meat and seafood, to braising, to baking cornbread, frittata, cinnamon rolls, or even pizza. The good thing about the cast iron is that the more you use it, the more non-stick it becomes. And next, stainless steel skillet. This type of skillets are great for frying and pan searing meat or pan roasting chicken parts. The finish helps develop fond. You know, those flavorful bits and pieces that are used to create the best pan sauces. Okay, and now for the non-stick skillet. It's great for sauteing delicate food, anything that can break apart during cooking, like fish, stir fries, pancakes, and I definitely recommend it for beginners. Find one that has an oven-safe handle that will be very useful to make recipes that can be done in the oven. My favorite types of pots, hands down. They are sturdy, they conduct heat very well, which means that meat gets an even brown crust. They are perfect for making stews, ragouts, soups, braises, and stocks. You just make sure that the handle is oven-safe and get the best one that you can afford. So if you can afford only one, I definitely recommend a bigger one, 5.5 quarts or even 7 quarts, and depending on the family size and depending if you entertain a lot. But you also can make in advance big batches and you can keep them in a freezer and you're gonna have your meals for the rest of the week. You also need a saucepan. These pans are multitaskers because you can make rice, gravy, and even pastry cream, just to name a few. A good heavy bottom one will conduct heat better, which will give you better results. So get different sizes of saucepans for different tasks, but if you can only afford one, I would get the 2 quarts because it can do most of the tasks you need in the kitchen. If you're gonna start cooking a lot, you need a stock pot. Stock pots are large enough for making stocks and sauces, and they will be very handy when you cook pasta, blanch, and steam vegetables. Now for the utensils. Heat-resistant silicone spatulas. They are my favorite. And they can withstand high temperature. They are great to use with non-stick skillets because they won't scratch the finish. They're flexible enough to scrape food from the sides of pots and mix in bowls, or fold ingredients into each other. Wooden spoons. So wooden spoons are great if you're going to stir for a long time. Their handle stays cool even if rested on hot pots and pans. And my favorite tool of all, a microplane zester. Whenever I'm going to use citrus in my cooking, I definitely will use the zest because zest has most of the flavor. So I can't do without one. It's perfect for zesting all types of citrus, grating fresh nutmeg, fresh ginger, hard cheese like Parmesan, or even chocolate for garnish. Definitely get one. And a box grater. Get one with a sturdy handle for easier and safer use. Though originally it was intended for grating cheese, you can actually use it in many other ways. It has 4 sides, so it has fine and large holes that can be used for grating items like carrots, cucumbers for tzatziki for example. A side with the smaller holes which can be used also for zesting and shredding chocolate. And another side that has slicing slots which is great for slicing vegetables evenly. Cooking means lots of peeling, so if you're going to peel any vegetables and you want to do your job fast, get a peeler. Peelers are safe, fast and precise because it only removes the skin, and especially if you're a beginner you don't want to waste kitchen shears. They are very versatile and useful to cut to trim chicken, snip herbs, trim pie dough, even cutting parchment paper. Like I said, by the end of the series you'll be making your favorite meals, so you will need tongs. They're useful for turning meat, vegetables. They're also great for stirring and serving spaghetti and salad. And I also recommend having a ladle. It's great for lifting liquids like soups and stews. And I can't do without thermometers in the kitchen. If you're serious about cooking any type of meat or even making bread, you should get an instant red thermometer. An instant red thermometer will make sure your turkey, leg of lamb, chicken thighs, artisan bread is cooked to the right temperature every time. And I also recommend measuring cups and spoons. So for cooking and baking, you will need 2 sets of measuring cups, one for dry ingredients and one for liquids. Finally, a pestle and mortar. I believe that a serious cook or even a beginner that wants to be serious should have a pestle and mortar. They're great for grinding spices, and if they're big enough, you can make pesto, dressings, curry paste, and so many other things. So there you go. These are my top kitchen essentials that I think every cook should have in the kitchen. If you need help buying some kitchen equipment, I made a section in my Amazon store with the must-have kitchen essentials that I mentioned in this video. I even included options for different budgets. So stay tuned for the rest of this series. Back to Basics, your guide to get cooking. And like I said, by the end of the series, I promise you're going to be making and creating your favorite meals. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section below what types of things that intimidate you in the kitchen and that you would like to know about. So I hope to see you soon in the next episode.